one in particular person or individual or entity, because really what we're dealing here with is a constitutional issue and not an issue about whether somebody is holding an office illegally, which we all know some folks that are doing that. Actually, as I was talking to my doctor, he said, "Hey John, I understand, how's your campaign doing?" He knows I've been running for office for a couple years now, and he knows all the points behind why I'm running. And I told him everything seems to be going fine with the campaign. I'm picking up a lot of supporters and I'm getting a lot of recognition. But there's something that I run across continually every time, just about every day I go out there, and it's the bewilderment that comes across people's faces when you tell them that there's actually 3 different types of citizens here in the United States. Now that seems unusual that we would have 3 different types of citizens, but fortunately for us, we do have 3 types of citizens, and the reasons for them are evident if you understand and you read the Constitution. First of all, there's, like I said, there's 3 types of citizens. There's a citizen, and to merely be a citizen, all you have to be is born here in the United States of America. That means anybody can fly in from another country, land here, have a baby, and that baby is considered a citizen of the United States of America. A lot of people call babies of illegal immigrants that come across the border anchor babies, and they have the rights and privileges of a United States citizen. The second type of citizen is a citizen that actually comes from a foreign country, and those are the people that say it, and they say, "I solemnly swear to forsake my nation of birth, and I will hold allegiance to the United States of America above all other nations," yada yada. I don't know the exact speech that they give because, of course, I'm a natural born citizen. And on to that little segue, the third type of citizen, what you have is a natural born citizen. Now here's where a lot of people have problems. A natural born citizen is a citizen that both parents were either born here or both parents were naturalized here in this country before any of their children were born. That's a key, because in the United States Constitution, to fill a vacancy for senator, you merely, and that's in Article 1 in section, I believe it's 3, that to be a senator you have to be 30 years of age and 9 years a citizen of the United States. That means you can just be born here, have been here for 7 years as a citizen, naturalized is one way, and you can be a senator. Of course, we all know, and a lot of us will tell you, that Barack Obama is of that variety, but a lot of people will tell you that he wasn't even born here. I kind of lean towards the fact that he isn't born here just because of what I've heard from Kenya, but that's beside the fact. Point is this: to be a United States president, in Article 2, Section 1, Clause 5, it specifically states that you have to be over 35, 14 years a continuous resident of the United States, and most importantly of all, you have to be a natural born citizen. Now you've got to understand that's 3 types of citizen. 1, you've got to be there's a citizen, you just have to be born here. 2, you be a naturalized citizen. That means you give an oath that you give allegiance to the United States of America and forsake your country of origin. And 3, the natural born citizen. That's where your mother, your father, and yourself have been born here, or your mother and father were born in another country, came to this country, and gave an oath of allegiance to the United States before you were born. Then you're eligible to be president of the United States. Now, this is why it's really important what's coming up at the next election, folks. The next election, from what we can all gather and what we can understand, because of course we haven't been shown anything by either candidate, is one president that we've sitting in the White House right now that I consider a usurper is actually his father was born in Kenya. Now, the one thing that you don't want to get confused with, it's not so much where you're born, as much as what it has to be where your parents are born. As I said, to be a natural born citizen, you have to be the parents of two people that were born here in this country or naturalized in this country. Okay, so let's not get caught up in the birth certificate. It doesn't matter if you're born on the 4th of July in the Lincoln bedroom with 1,000 witnesses present there watching the miraculous birth take place. The most that you are, for absolute certain, is a citizen of the United States. Now, if your mother and your father still speak a foreign language and still haven't given up their citizenship, you're still a citizen. Good for you. You have all your rights and everything due to a United States citizen. However, if both your mother and father happen to speak a foreign language and they came over here and they gave an oath of allegiance to the United States, then you were therefore a natural born citizen and eligible to hold the presidency. But the best one, and the one that our founding fathers were most concerned with, was the natural born citizen, and that is the progeny born of parents born on U.S. soil, meaning just sanguine, which means of the blood, and just soli. Those are Latin terms, and that means of the soil. Of the blood, of the soil. Everybody knows what it means. There's no confusion. The Constitution is clear. We have two different sets of laws in that Constitution set in stone which determine what you can be, if you can be a senator or you can be a president. And the thing that we've got going on right now is we've got a usurper. We have an emperor that has no clothes, and the bottom line is we must deal with this Constitution issue because it's a definite crisis. And the primary reason that our founding fathers came up with this natural born citizenship clause is, and I'll give you an example. I'm of French extraction. My last name is Dumais. Now, imagine if all my relatives are born over in France, and I've got aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandparents, the whole 9 yards are over there in France. And for some reason, they get mad at us, and they decide they're going to push the button, and they're going to do something nasty to the United States. Well, I, as president, what am I going to do? Am I going to say, hey, wait a minute, am I going to think for a second? Should I blow up Grandma and Grandpa? I mean, they're going to nuke us. Should I nuke them? Or how am I going to retaliate? Am I going to do something against them that is going to hurt them against the interests of the United States? This is what the Founding Fathers were trying to prevent. And this is what we've got right now. We've got a problem now where we've got a usurper that's a Muslim that's sitting in our White House that can't prove where he was born. Matter of fact, we haven't seen where he was born. Contrary to what anybody says, nobody's ever seen a birth certificate. Sorry, nobody's seen one. We saw a forgery. Nobody said they had one. Hawaii says they have a copy of something, but they're not swearing to what they have. And of course, Joe Arpaio and Mike Zula of the Phoenix, Maricopa Sheriff's Department over there, and of course he's been given the runaround, and he's quite angry about how things are going on over there. Hopefully what will happen, folks, is that, and then again, let's go back to Mitt Romney before I finish up here real quick. Mitt Romney, their parents, it's a special situation. A lot of people don't know this. You're not going to hear this in the media. But that family goes way back. They go back to where Utah was a territory. Now, I believe it was great-grandfather fled the United States to go to Mexico to flee religious persecution. Of course, they're Mormons. They believe in having multiple wives. And of course, a lot of Christians here in the United States, they see Mormonism as being a blasphemous religion. So they were getting a lot of heat from a lot of people here. So they decided, pack up your bags, head down to Mexico, and we'll just become Mexican citizens. And of course, Grandpa Romney became a Mexican citizen, and everyone in his family were Mexican citizens all the way up until Mitt Romney's father decided to move back to the United States. Now, a lot of people will tell you that he had the right of return. I'm sorry, folks. You don't have the right to return to the United States indefinitely. This is not something that you've got that continues on and on and on. If one of your family was born in the United States, anybody born in any other country, no matter how many years has passed, becomes an automatic United States citizen. That's not what happens. And the thing is, Mitt Romney isn't being forthcoming at all in telling us just exactly when did his father actually give up his allegiance to being a Mexican citizen. When did he give that citizenship up? You can't be dual citizen, and here it is. Both parents must be citizens of the United States, either naturalized or born here, to be natural born, in order for you to be natural born. So now we've got a problem and a huge quandary. What's going to happen is both conventions are going to have to be brokered. That means that neither one of them are going to be able to be on the ballot, and we're going to have to choose our candidate from a pool of individuals, and we're going to have to leave it up to Congress to do that. Now, hopefully I'm going to be there, and a lot of you folks are going to go ahead, and you're going to vote for me, hopefully, and then we can all avoid this issue. But I wanted to clear up what the difference was between three different types of citizens. Remember, folks, you have a citizen, all you have to be is born here. You have a naturalized citizen, that's when you give an oath of allegiance to the United States. And then, of course, you have the natural born citizen, which is both parents have been born here, you were born here, or both parents were naturalized before you were born here. That is the natural born citizen. That is not what Barack Obama is. And it is going to be my guess Mitt Romney is in the same problem from the way he's acting right now. So that's going to be it for tonight. I'm kind of going to do something a little bit lighter next time. I wanted to talk to you about The Emperor Has No Clothes, because it seems like people can look straight at Barack Obama and a lot of the politicians we have now, and they see a perfectly clothed human being when they're all naked as jaybirds and they're all out there to get us. And what we're going to make sure this next time, this next election, is we get rid of every career politician. No more Ivy League trained attorneys. No more career politicians getting elected, and most of all, no more wealthy business people that don't have a clue what it's like to have to support a family, to put a roof over your head, food in your stomach, and clothes on your back. That's what we're all out here, folks, and that's what we're going to do. And I look forward to talking to you next time, and we'll be seeing you within the next day or so. Okay? Thank you. God bless, and we'll see you all next time.